Video time. Let's make a video. Let's see. Art video. Yeah. Today I'm going to show you how to go from this, just a username, to this. Let's dive in. Hello. Welcome back to another Crash Creates video. Today, we're going to be talking about avatar design specifically. All right. I made an avatar for my wife recently. Really fun little project. She's been starting to stream more since I've been streaming for a long time. And she just kind of took an interest recently. She's like, I want to get into it. Maybe it's because of all the quarantine stuff. Who knows? But she wanted to get into it. So I decided I'm going to make her an avatar. And I made her an avatar. But I thought, you know what? This is a good opportunity to talk about what I've experienced so far and the best ways to make an avatar or just like a character in general. So depending on what you're doing exactly, you're gonna be doing it for either yourself or for a customer or what have you, right? I've done commission artwork for quite a few people at this point, but oftentimes they have a vision or at least a concept of what they want, right? If someone's named Mad Dog Larry, maybe he wants a mad dog as his character, you know, or he wants to be the bad looking dude, you know, or if he's a weightlifter, he wants to be carrying weight, something like that. You need to have a concept going in, obviously, right? But the best way, in my experience, to flesh out an idea like that is to talk about what they want, what they kind of envision, and then come up with a set of ideas by just sketching. You just start sketching and see what you want, right? I lost my footage for sketching of my wife's character, but I'll show some other footage right here. This is a picture I took of my sketchbook. Oftentimes I like to sketch on actual paper when I'm making my sketching and idea phase. And this was for a character I like to call the Carb Goblin. I actually planned on making a full video on that too, but I recorded it all in the wrong format. Made a fun TikTok out of it though. Anyway, this is a picture. I did multiple pages over multiple days because I could not figure out how I wanted to draw this wonderful guy. But all these like I have 2 pages I should be showing at some point here. And despite the fact that it took me forever and I was like having art block, I ended up with this guy. I'm really proud of him. He looks really cool. He's got a captured version. Give me the dough. But obviously this isn't my wife's design. This isn't what she wants. We made her a thing because she generally goes by the name of Ugly Duckling. That's her like thing. She uses a few different usernames for different things depending on, you know, if it's taken. But the Ugly Duckling has always been like the go-to one, as far as I know at least. So I did this. I actually didn't talk to her about it at all. I just kind of made it because it was a surprise. I even have like a little reveal video that I can't wait to show off at the end. But I just made her this character, and this is kind of how it went. And I got a speed paint. I'm just gonna throw it up on the screen and I'm gonna talk over it. Yeah, give you tips and tricks. All right, so jumping right into sketching, and I already have a tip straight out the gate. You'll notice that I'm sketching in blue. I had some little problems with my keybinds here. I'm sketching in blue. Apparently there's this psychological effect that sketching in black will actually make it so that you get like a lot more precious with your lines, and if something comes out starting to look really good or whatever, you won't want to change it. And it's a really interesting effect. So I started sketching in blue or red or just any kind of color that suits your needs. You can sketch in whatever color you want, but I would definitely recommend sketching in something other than black, because once it's down in black, there's this just drive to keep it how it is, or you don't want to like mess it up. If it's in a weird color, you're less likely to do that. And I mean, this is just a sketching phase where I'm playing around with obviously like different feet and different body proportions and where things are sitting. And it's just, it helps a lot to have like a very clear idea. I don't know where I was going with that. A clear idea. Anyway, it helps to make it so that you're not like putting something down and being unwilling to change it. Because the sketching phase is the time to change things. You want to be moving things around and changing things. You'll notice I flip the character back and forth. I have a canvas flipping keybind on my Photoshop so that I can see it from different angles. Because sometimes you'll notice if you flip the screen, the character's proportions look really strange. And just flipping it will like flip it in your head too. There's a lot of like little tricks like that you learn over time when you're doing lots of different sketches and whatnot. So it looks like I'm just about to finish the sketching part where I'm like, all right, I'm happy with the character as a whole. So like there's this sketch. This is what I plan to continue with and do the line art. Oh, never mind. A couple more little adjustments. Must have gotten interrupted for some reason. There we go. There's the line art. And then this is when I'm coming in with the black. You'll notice I still make lots and lots of little adjustments throughout. I get crazy about it. You know what I mean? I want to have like just the right proportions for what I want. And that's okay. I think the biggest thing that you can do when it comes to working on art in general is to take your time. You know, try not to rush yourself. I mean, this whole project, this whole drawing took me about 2.5 hours from start to finish when it comes to the actual drawing on canvas or, well, you know, on Photoshop. But it took me that much time from start to finish when it comes to, you know, actually putting it on paper. I did my sketching elsewise. Probably took like 20-30 minutes of just me drawing little ducks and stuff. And another good idea is to go online and find a bunch of different reference images and just put that, like make an image of just a collage of all the little things that you like about different characters and put them up on like a different monitor or put them in a different scene, something that like you can see so that you can look at it and go, okay, I kind of like the expression on this, or I like the pose on this. You know, don't be afraid to use references. References are really important. Okay, avatar. Another really important thing is to have like a strong silhouette. You'll notice that like if you look at the outline of this character, it's got a very strong, like you can tell the body proportions just by looking at it. You can tell that the head is about, you know, a good third of the entire body. You can tell that the spiky hair and how it kind of comes off the head and the little spikes from the cheeks are kind of going against the grain. You can tell that there's some cool clothing going on. It just helps a lot to have like a nice silhouette, something that's easily recognizable. If you look at things like the McDonald's logo or Amazon with the smile thing, you know, the Nike check, it does not matter what way you see that. If it's black and white, if it's in color, if it's just a marking on the dirt, you can tell what that company is, what that logo is right off the bat. I could have done better on the silhouette on this character. I think it's pretty good. Obviously I'm taking, I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing. So this character has a lot of like influences from Animal Crossing in body proportions and whatnot. You know, obviously I didn't feel like drawing hands, so I just made like little kind of duck wing kind of flippers almost. She's almost got more like penguin flippers. But yeah. Oh, looks like we're about to get into coloring. I like to use a clipping mask when coloring. If you don't know what that is, that's basically I outline the entire character, get it all inside one thing. So that, like it's in the background. That gray is in the background. And what I did was I took that and I made it so that all the color on top of it can't go underneath it or outside of the lines. It makes it just a lot easier to clean up throughout the entire process. And then I decided to lay down some flats. I constantly am editing my lines and whatnot throughout. That's probably one thing that I can work on personally is line confidence, I guess would be the way to put it. I tend to redraw my lines and erase little bits off of them. And you know, if I just kind of redid the lines over and over again, they'd probably look a lot better. But I laid down some flat colors, just something nice to see what the character looks like. And honestly, just as it is right here, it would work to be done. To be like having a simple character is really good, because if you get people who want to do fan art for you, they don't have to work as hard, right? So if you're like a kid-friendly brand, having something as simple as a duck with the pixie haircut and clothes on, it makes it really easy for people to produce fan art for you. This is something that a lot of people don't think about when they're making their characters. Some people want really elaborate, crazy robots. And it's like, that is perfectly valuable. It's good, but it makes it harder for people to produce things for you. And you know, a lot of people want that. It's fun to get fan art. So it looks like right now I'm going into the shading. Color and shading has always been a struggle for me. It's something that I've been working on a lot lately, other than just like general body proportions, because I normally did a lot of portraits and a lot of realism. I'm trying to branch out into more characters, like things that I can just draw out of my mind, and I'm really proud of this one because of it. But I started drawing, getting all the colors for the clothes. You'll notice every once in a while too, it goes black and white. What I'm doing there is, by going into black and white, I'm checking the values. So when you drop into black and white, you want to see differences between the colors. If you have like all the same kind of value of color on the color wheel, it'll look very flat and things won't pop out very much. But if you're careful about your values and like changing how warm and cold the different colors are and where they're coming from, you'll end up with a lot of variation that'll make the character pop out a lot more. So that's a good thing to do as well. You'll see like right there, it just keeps going black and white, you know. But shading, coloring, still not my strong suits. I feel like I'm getting a lot better with the Carb Goblin and this. I feel like I've kind of reached a new understanding of it all. I mean, I still have a long way to go. Everybody has a long way to go when it comes to this stuff. You just want to keep practicing, keep working on it. Eventually, you know, you get it down. But I feel like I still got a long way to go. Still working on it. But I'm really proud of it. The color, the eyes look really good. I was kind of amazed at how the eyes looked at the end, because I planned on doing more, but they just looked fine as is. So I didn't add any texture to them at all. And the brushes, I use different brushes as well. I'm using actually the Jazza brush pack, you know, Draw with Jazza. Amazing content creator. You want to go watch him. He's great. But yeah, there it is. It looks great. I'm loving his brushes. I'm going to try out some more brushes in the future. Oh, and that background. I changed that background. I don't have that background anymore. All right. So after all that, this is the final product. I'm really proud of how it came out. Obviously, as you can see, I changed the background. I didn't want that like weird brush stroke thing. I think it worked well for the Carb Goblin, but not for this, because it is a character for, I think I wanted it to look nice and clean. You know, the different types of brushes that you use can give different feelings to a character. So like with the Carb Goblin, it's a little like rustic, and kind of like the brush strokes really worked well for that background, because it like he's like a pirate. He's kind of rough and tumble. But Abby's character, Carb Goblin, not the Carb Goblin, Abby's character, the Ugly Duckling, looks sharp. You know, she's got on nice clothes. She looks stylish, right? So it had to be more clean. And like the ground, I left it as is, because why not? But I'm really happy with how it came out, right? And I have a little video of me showing it to her for the first time. So I will show you that now. It's done. Come look at it. Since you wanted to do streaming, I said I'd make you an avatar.
Aww!
So it's the Ugly Duckling.
I love it!
Made it look all fancy.
I like it.
Approval.
That's fun.
So that was a pretty fun reaction, and she really ended up loving it. She's got it all over her stuff now. But thank you so much for watching the video. If you liked it, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more tips and tricks in the future. And if this was really kind of an overview of like all of avatar design for me. I could go off on any of these parts of the subject more, you know, line art, shading, color. So if you have any recommendations or if you'd like to hear anything else about like the different aspects, please let me know in the comments down below. I'd be happy to make something, you know, go into further detail on why I'm doing the black and white, you know, give some examples. Plan on doing some animation soon. This is my next video. I'm going to do my first hand-drawn walk cycle. Really excited about that one. Yeah, thank you for watching. Later, nerds.